Hello, hello! Oh, just a minute. Let me fix your screen there. Surprise! You can now hear and see me. Welcome to the season finale episode of Bollywood Talkies with your host, Minnie. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Why is Minnie and her face on screen? Well, I decided that if I was gonna be putting my nose into Bollywood's business, I might as well bring my entire face with no shame. Well, that and the amount of people that have told me they really want to see and hear my conversations with my guests. So, like a genie in a bottle, your wish is my command. Starting from this episode, every episode henceforth, you will get to see and hear me and my guests in full on conversation. How exciting is that? I would also like to mention that since everything is going to be on video now, I will be attempting to up my fashion, which is why I try channelizing my inner Karan Johar today. You know, the show is inspired by his own show, and half of my personality is based off of his movies. But instead of looking rich and spicy, I ended up looking like a packet of sour Skittles. Anyways, sour jokes aside, let's get on with the episode, shall we? So, season finale of Bollywood Talkies. Let's talk about how it started, shall we? So, 7 to 8 months ago, this podcast started out of frustration. Yep, you heard it right. This podcast started out of frustration over the fact that my life was not going in the way I wanted it to. Projects were falling out, I wasn't able to do anything exciting, and the list goes on and on. Everyone knew things weren't working out. Few people knew the reason why, and even fewer knew what exactly I was going through at that point. And I remember talking to this one person who has been there for me since the start of pretty much everything. She knew everything about the journey, the ups and downs, the highs and lows. I was told that Bollywood was my strength, and that's what I should bring to the world. And that's how Bollywood Talkies was created. So today's episode is going to feature that special person that was there throughout the journey of this podcast and even before the podcast started, like I mentioned. So without further ado, let's invite to speak with me the founding mother of this podcast, the amazing, the beautiful, and my good girl, Chantoni. Hi!
Hi!
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm great. I'm currently recovering from being sick, as you could hear in my voice, but it's all good. It's all good.
Excited for this episode.
Are you?
I am.
What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm honestly looking forward to the commentary for the movie. I think we're gonna get into it.
We'll get there. Well, Shanti, like I mentioned, you are the founding mother of this podcast. Like, you were the one that told me, like, Mina, actually do a podcast. Like, you know, get your voice out there, talk about Bollywood out there. How does it feel as somebody that has like given me the idea? You've seen like the trailer edits, you've seen the logo, you were sitting out with me on the phone like, yeah, put a yellow, I like the yellow. How does it feel like now that we're here, season finale? How does
honestly,
it feel?
I'm super proud of you, and as I was saying like before, like you treat this as a business that's like you have like 10 different branches and 10 different countries, you know, and as you should. And I do see like how you say I do see it growing into something bigger, and you getting more views, potential sponsorships, you know. I do see it become very successful. So I'm excited for you.
Well, I am excited for myself, yes. But I'm glad to have people like you, people like our director sitting in the back. We will definitely introduce her later on. But it's so nice to like have these people like around me. So I do feel like, yes, maybe this time things are going to work out in a good way. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, now Bollywood Talkies, Indian entertainment. How much of Indian entertainment do you watch?
Honestly, when I was really younger, I used to go by like someone, and I don't even say the name, but I used to go by someone's house, and his grandmother always used to be watching like Bollywood movies. Mind you, I don't even want to say. All I know is Aapke Sewo. That's it. And Chachu Chachi. That's literally Ek Do Teen. That's literally it. You know. But she used to tell me to stop doing your homework and come watch this movie with me. I can remember like, but it wasn't like the musical Bollywood. She used to watch more of the thriller films. But I remember doing that, and then also maybe like a year ago, whatever was on Netflix, but it was in English. It wasn't Bollywood. I think it was South Africa, but it was an Indian production in South Africa. I remember watching like maybe 3 films, but that's literally it. And maybe some music, but Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I mean, something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
As long as you enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I'm sure Indian entertainment is not the only thing you watch. Like, you know, we
No.
also, like, listen to international music,
Yeah.
international movies, Hollywood and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. How would you describe yourself as an entertainment fan? Like, in comparison to me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I feel like whenever I, watch Hindi movies, for example, I really go all in. Like, if I'm watching the movie in a movie
Yeah.
theater, I will come out to the movie theater acting like the
Okay.
main character. You know what I mean? That's how deep I get into this. How are you as an entertainment fan?
I get what you mean,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, I was and I used to be very much just like that. But it got to me because I was like, what? Because at some point I would like snap out to reality and be like, damn, that's not me for real. You know, I used to be like that with Disney Channel for sure. I can tell you that 110%. But now I consume more of YouTube videos, and I try to make more YouTube content.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really listen to music per se, and if I have to watch a TV show or something on Netflix, it would be more sitcoms or comedies.
Mm-hmm.
I like really light type of
Lighthearted,
content. So it's more YouTube and sitcoms, to be honest. It's not like how it was like how it is for you anymore. But yeah, that's the type of content I consume.
But that's interesting though. Well, speaking of movies, I made Chantoni watch Freddy, the recently released not so Bollywood kind of a Bollywood film, which released on December the 2nd and stars Kartik, Aaryan and Alaya F in the main leads. And I think this movie was directed by Shashanka Ghosh. So let's talk about what we liked in the film first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear it. What did you like?
Okay, so if you see me looking down, I have my notebook because we have to get into it for real. Okay, I think the first thing, looking at more of the filming aspect of it, I really love the music they included. I think they didn't miss like literally every single emotion I had, every single feeling, even if it was just like confusing. They had a sound for it, you know, which I had loved. So they definitely like they hit the nail. They hit the nail on. The hammer on the nail.
I think they hit the nail on the head.
Okay. They hit it perfectly though, I must say. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do agree. I think it was very much directed extremely well, and the thrillers, like all the background score that I said, really like gave us that build up for the emotion and everything.
Yes.
Although, I have to say one thing about the acting. More than the direction, I am really excited. I was very happy to see the acting.
The acting?
Yes.
Oh
And
my
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. This is towards the actors themselves, so the main leads. Alaya, which is the girl in the film, she is still very new to the industry. And I think this is, I do not want to say what number film this is because I might say the wrong one, but she's still very, very new. And for her to like do something like this, where definitely like the main focus was on the actor and not the actress, I still think that she did a really good job doing, you know, something like this. And as for the male lead, Kartik, he is somebody that mostly does like comedy roles or like romantic comedy. You will see him in a lot of lighthearted projects. So seeing him in a phase like this is like
Okay, I would like to add on that because I also agree that her acting, what's her name? Alaya. I think her acting was really good, but I think as her not being the main protagonist, because I don't know, Freddy, what's his name? Kartik, my bad. I just know him as Freddy Jinwala, okay? His acting, I didn't really like so much. I was kind of disappointed, but now the fact that you said he's more into comedies and light-hearted films, it makes sense. And it's very visible. If anything, I feel like her acting kind of like outshined his, but hey, that's my opinion. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. And that's what I didn't like.
Well, I mean, definitely opinion, perspectives, it does really like matter and stuff. But I want to also like talk about how it reminded me of different things. She's so excited about this one. Yes. So why don't you go first?
Okay. First impression, I was like, this guy is giving me very much Jeffrey Dahmer vibes. Okay, 1, he's very creepy. 2, he is literally by himself. He doesn't have any parents around. He has the auntie and Parsi auntie. He's very shy, but it's not shy and like, oh, I'm shy, I'm cute. It's like
he's shy in a very mysterious,
in a very creepy way. Like, don't do that. constantly kept staring at the women's chest, and Jeffrey also, comparing to Jeffrey Dahmer, like he also had some type of like sexual attraction towards something, and that's what Freddy had as well. He's very delusional, and he's obsessed. He gets really obsessed and almost, I wouldn't want to say possessive, but later on in the film it becomes possessive. Like I felt like, okay, relax her. Yeah. That's what I have.
And I agree, and it's funny that you make a comparison to Jeffrey, because if you've watched You on Netflix, with Joe Goldberg, as the character, I did feel like it was You that has 4 seasons, and a new season is coming up very, very soon. It was basically You in 2 hours.
Yeah, it was.
Which is something like I have mentioned in the podcast before. Bollywood, for some reason, is remaking or like taking a lot of inspiration from international content, which is not wrong, but it feels a type of way when you've watched that before and then you watch something like this.
It kind of made it predictable.
Yeah, predictable, exactly. I mean, one thing I did like, they did try to, I mean, they didn't really have a choice, but one thing I like that they had to introduce like different angles, like you mentioned the Parsi aunties, and also the turtle, Hardy. I think that was a very interesting take, like, I ain't gonna lie, turtle soup kind of scared me. Like,
but I missed that scene. I didn't. Anyways,
well,
they missed a lot of things. Anyway.
Like it was. I think it was a very like medium film, not too like original, but also not too like unoriginal.
I'm gonna be very honest. Very honest. It felt like a student project, like a film project from a film school. I'm gonna die. Straight up, that's how I thought about it. Like, even like watching the beginning, I felt like because in the first 30 minutes, and I literally watched the time like at 32 minutes and 18 seconds is when the story actually started like becoming a story. You know, the movie actually became like, I think the first 30 minutes was not necessary at all. There was no character. I think
it was like you're saying that the build up to the character was just like,
there was no build-up period, like you know, but like even the color they used, like in the film, the color, because it was very brown tint, and I get it because it is a thriller, I understand, but I still wasn't the only reason I was able to read the scene or understand or have the type of feeling for that specific scene was because of the music. If it wasn't for the music, and let's say they had like a terrible sound person or whatever, I would have been lost in the entire movie. But I think they could have switched in between colors as well, with the tints. So, but anyways, nonetheless,
I mean, I think overall though, well, how would you like have to describe the film if you had to?
Okay, so as soon as I saw the ending, I was like, this is very much a Tyler Perry movie. Like, Tyler Perry flew to India just to give them this idea, write the script, and I was like, here, just for this way, just film my movie in India and call it yours. Like, this is literally a Tyler Perry movie, and this is a good and bad thing.
Why is it a good and bad thing?
Tyler Perry kind of skips certain scenes. In this movie, they skip certain scenes. Like, especially when you were talking about the turtle soup, I was like, where? I understand why they said it, but I checked and like,
I didn't.
It was very random.
Yeah,
it was
very random.
Like, okay, because they did leave the bullet by the door, and I checked.
Where did the bullet come from?
Yeah,
and why would they leave a bullet?
They left out some scenes, but it's okay. We caught on the end. Don't worry, we caught on. But that's Tyler Perry, like. But yeah.
What if you had to rate the film like overall, like out of 10 stars? I'm scared this becomes very brutal.
I want you to say yours first.
I would give it a solid 6.
Okay, I would give it a 6
yeah,
a 6. Yeah,
like it wasn't like horrible, but it wasn't like the best because of like it was something that we sort of like seen before. The acting was also like just getting there, not like, you know, the best. But I understand, like, it's not no hate. It's no hate, but it's like, I understand type of a film.
But I would definitely recommend it to somebody though. Like, I love the ending. It made me feel a type of way.
Yeah,
but
it was
honestly, like, I would recommend it to somebody to watch. It just, I feel like at the end I was like, damn. But that's how I know it. You know, that's how you get. Actually, I rate it 7. You know,
7.
A 7 because I think if it wasn't for that ending, I don't think I would feel away. I would have watched. I would. Oh, sorry. I would have finished watching the movie and like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, whatever. But I felt away, and they did
They
something there.
did
Like even
something.
like when he was like extracting the teeth or whatever, I could really feel his character coming out. I was
Yeah,
like, okay,
oh.
finally. But then the
Oh
movie
my
was ending,
God.
so he was crazy. So it's okay. This was a crazy.
It makes
battle.
sense. Yeah, it
But
makes sense.
I think the scene at the end where he just put her in the ground and it, like she just give up. She just watched him like, damn, like
yeah.
I'm really gonna die.
Like,
And he buried the girl alive. He buried the girl alive.
this is a no spoiler episode.
Yeah. And then just the lay down on her body and checking like, yeah. I was like,
He was like very chill about
he was
the
very proud of
entire
his
thing.
moments, and I was like, okay.
I
Cool.
do want to know, like, as you said, I do feel like they left out a lot of things. So
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the movie, I did have a lot of questions,
Mhm.
like, what happened to the car? Like, what happened to the police? You know, the car that he was driving? Like, I had so
Mhm.
many questions unanswered. But I guess whenever we meet the actors
Mhm.
and the director and the writer
Mhm.
of this film, I will definitely ask them these questions.
But certain things in the film honestly didn't make any sense. You're gonna tell me this man ran not once, not
Three
twice,
times.
3 times.
Oh my god.
With his number plate being shown, his car isn't even tinted. They can't tell me nobody had a camera, and not even the. I'm pretty sure India is more developed, you know, than certain places in India is a little bit more developed than St. Martin, for example. They have to have cameras literally everywhere. You gotta tell me after that everybody just so chill. They're not even questioning why the girlfriend so chill as his wife. Why the wife is so
like,
chill.
there was so
Nobody's
many-
investigating how this man get ran over 3 times. Like nothing is making any sense. But
Yeah.
anyways, I
Oh.
digress. I guess they just wanted the film to carry on, which I understand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I think overall the movie was still pretty good. 6 to 7
Mhm.
stars out of a 10, so that's pretty good for them. But yeah, as we said, go ahead, watch the movie, enjoy it, and do let us know what you think about it. You can leave your reviews in the comments below, and yeah, let's see what you guys have to say. Now that we've spoken about the movie, it's time for our favorite segment of the show, the rapid fire round. My guests have so much fun with this segment, so are you ready for the rapid fire?
I am, but actually I was thinking that I should ask you the questions this time for this last final episode.
What do we think? I think yes. Let's do this. It's time I get a taste of my own medicine, shan't I?
Okay, so are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, start the timer. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so what song currently describes your life?
So there's a Hindi song that goes this is just straight off of the top of my head. This is
Mhm.
no thought at all. It's a song that goes Golmaal hai bhai sab golmaal hai, which is like everything is a mess, everything is running in circles. And I could have sung that so much better, but my voice is not that great today. But yeah, everything is just going in circles. Everything is just very, very over the place. So yes,
Okay. What was the most challenging part of this podcast?
the editing.
Oh.
Oh my god, the editing. I think out of everything, definitely the editing. Just sitting down and just trying to like see, okay, this is where this person pauses. Let me just drag the audio back and delete that. That gets really tiring but if I had to rate them, I would say editing. Then second is the marketing. To get everybody to watch or to listen to the podcast is kind of hard because people would like leave you on read when you try to send them the podcast
Oh
link.
gosh.
But anyways, next question, please.
Okay, so can you name an actor that you find highly overrated?
An actor that I find overrated. I think Akshay Kumar and Salman Khan, to be honest. Like, no hate, but I am very like tired of seeing Akshay Kumar everywhere. Like, he's coming in movies. He is like 50 plus. Like,
Okay.
in terms of age, he's like 50 plus. He is older than my father. But he's coming with like with women who are like half of his
Oh.
age, which is like, okay, I don't mind. Acting is acting, you know, and you gotta do what you gotta do. But it just he does like I think he has like what 6 movies releasing every year. He works a lot. Get your bread. But
Yeah.
I'm
They're overusing him. It's dragging on.
and Salman Khan, to be honest, like I just feel like the last couple of movies that he's been doing, it's not that great. So
Stop after this because I don't know. Okay, so
I do love you on Big Boss though. You're amazing. Like, do what you have to do.
I have to search them. The 4th question. Besides Alaya Bhatt, which celebrity would you like to have on your podcast?
This is a great question. because I feel like I would just have like a mix of everybody. Because I like too many people. I like too many people. Honestly, like I really enjoy Shah Rukh Khan. Like but everybody knows I'm a big Shah Rukh Khan fan. But I feel like I won't be able to get him that fast. So I feel like if not Shah Rukh Khan, then definitely Siddharth Malhotra and Varun Dhawan. Like the co-stars of Alaya from Student of the Year. I think like just sitting there, I would practically be fangirling and drooling half of the episode. Okay. But I think it would be nice to have them both as a guest. It would be really fun. If you're watching this, please.
Comment down below.
Please.
Okay, 5th question. What is your entertainment guilty pleasure?
Big Boss. Big Boss. Straight off the bat. I think I started watching the show just to like see who all were going in and what they would do. But once you start watching the first episode, you just have to keep watching the rest. And every day when I eat my dinner, I like watch Big Boss, and so it's watching Big Boss and then tweeting about every episode. Like at the end of my meal, I would just be like, so this is what I have to say. And it gets like it gives me a lot of anxiety, but at the same time it's an adrenaline rush. So Big Boss and then tweeting about Big Boss, definitely.
Okay, I didn't see you as a reality show person. But
well, I did not either, but I mean, here we are.
Okay, the 6th question. What is your biggest film fantasy?
I have a lot of them, but I think one is definitely to be in a pretty Indian dress and like running through the fields. Like just think about it.
Yeah,
that is so cute. Like I don't need to have a man there.
No.
But just running through the fields in slow-mo. I'm a big slow-mo person. I don't know if you've seen from my like personal Instagram. I'm a big slow-mo person. So just like
I know with the lights.
Yes, just like have me twirling.
Yeah. That's nice. Okay, so if you were given the finances, right? How would you invest it into your podcast?
Technology for sure, but also marketing. Getting the right people, like getting the guests on the show. If I want to get like high, I don't know how to say this without sounding very like discriminative, I guess. But getting good people on the show, getting like good like high stat celebrities on the show. For that I do need money, because like obviously you need to send them gifts, you need to sometimes like pay them and stuff, which I don't really want to, because I do want to make this show like hey, if you're down to like do it, then yeah, let's do it type of a show, not like, oh, I'm paying you, please come on the show. So yeah, so technology, marketing, and getting the right guests, I guess. And yeah.
Okay, so for your 8th question, now I want you to think about this, right? I want you to, there's 2 parts to this question. So pick 3 of your favorite male actors.
Okay, there's Siddharth Malhotra, there's Varun Dhawan, and there's Ishan Khattar.
Okay, so now I want you to rate each of them on a scale from 1 to 10 on looks, and all 3 of them can have the same rating.
Oh, fish. Okay, I can do this. So because I have a higher chance of getting with Ishan than I do with Siddharth and Varun, because they're both, Varun is married and Siddharth is in a very committed relationship with his girlfriend. So I am going to have to put Ishan on a higher level. But like a 8, like a solid 8.
Okay.
I think that I would put Varun. I feel like Siddharth is more cuter than he is like hot, but he can definitely be very hot. Like, oh my god. So I would put him on a what did I say, 8 for Ishan. Make that a 9.
Okay.
I'll put a 9. And then for Siddharth, I would give him a 8.9.
I cannot.
And then for Varun, a 8.8, because there is no way I could just like they're hot and cute in their own ways. I don't know how I could.
You have to show me pictures of.
I will.
Okay, so the 9th question: what is the funniest thing anyone or someone has said about your podcast?
This is a great question, because I think you told me this.
Oh.
You and somebody else.
Oh, I know exactly.
You and somebody else has told me this.
Exactly
when I sent them the link to my podcast, they said, oh, sorry, I couldn't finish the entire podcast because I fell asleep during the episode, because your voice is very calm and soothing enough for me to fall asleep. And I think you told me the same thing.
I was like, it's so calm, like, I'm not even paying attention to the words. It's just how she's saying the words, and she's like, oh, so nice, relaxing.
But like, I don't know how to feel about that, because like, as I said, you're not the only person that told me this. So I'm like, Am I the problem?
It's very ASMR. I think it's not a problem. It's not a problem. But after a while, I'm not even paying attention to what you're saying. It's just how you're saying it, you know? Okay, it's a good thing. Don't worry. Okay. So for the last question, I think many people will want to know, are there any special or exciting sneak peeks that you can give us for season
2? Well, season 2. For starters, everything is going to be on video. You will be able to see and hear me. And it will be streaming on Spotify, and you will be able to see the video on YouTube as well. More social media interaction.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a lot more reels, a lot more just being active on social media. In terms of guests, I am very excited because I've already started talking to a couple of potential guests. You know, like some of them are actors, some of them are social media influencers, but I don't want to like say too much because you know the evil eye is a real thing. So I'm just gonna like knock on wood. But yeah, I think guests, the social media, and definitely being on camera is gonna be one thing I'm super excited for season 2, and I hope you guys are too.
We are. I'm sure we are. Aren't we, guys?
I am honestly. Well, I think, does that bring us to the end of the rapid
Yes,
fire?
that's it. I think you did a really good job.
Oh, if you had to rate me on a scale from 1 to 10.
9.9. The 0.1 is for improvement. We all can't be perfect.
Yes, teacher. Yes, we love it. Well, that brings us to the end of the rapid fire, and it does bring us to the end of today's episode. Chantoni, I want to thank you.
Thank you for having me.
No,
I'm excited.
No, more than thank you for having you. Thank you for helping me start this podcast.
No problem, girl.
Like,
we're gonna help each other. Don't worry.
Like, really and truly, I mean it when I say it. I really appreciate you being there from the start, even before like the idea of this podcast came up. I think you were somebody that has always like you always support people, you know. So I think seeing that energy like here today is something that makes me really happy. So thank you.
I'm happy to make you happy. That's so nice. And I'm glad that you like, you know, you executed that. Like you didn't even, well, you did think about it, but you didn't think too much. Yeah, you didn't think too long on it. So I'm so proud of you. And I'm so excited for season 2. I get to see you. We get to see her. Like, you know.
You get to see more of me.
Yes.
But yes, still thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot. To the listeners, to the audience, to the viewers, thank you so much for being part of not only this episode, but of being part of this entire journey. Your support means so much to me, whether it is a like, whether it's a view, whether it's a comment on any of my streaming platforms or any of my social media. It means the world to me, especially as someone who is just starting off in this field. Thank you so much. Thank you to my guests. I do not want to name because it just keeps going on and on. But to my guests, thank you so much for making this podcast what it was. I couldn't have done it without you guys. And I really hope that in the next seasons, we get to see you guys back in person on video for our audience to see. So thank you so much. And I hope we meet very soon. Other than that, to our audience, please don't forget to keep an eye out on our social media for more season updates. Until then, this is Minnie and Chantoni signing off. We will see you guys with another season very soon. Till then, namaste, goodbye, and thank you for listening to season 1 of Bollywood Talkies.